Nina was born, and I went back to work like 3 weeks later. Dave stayed home with her. He had quit his job while I was pregnant, and then ended up dropping out of school. And so, yeah, it was, I should have known right then, that was not a good situation, but to be honest, I didn't think anybody else would want me. I didn't think anybody else would ever want me. And I thought he loved me. So I decided I wanted Dave to commit, even though, he wasn't working, but he was at home with Nina all the time. And so I wanted him to either commit or take a hike. So we agreed to get married. He didn't actually ask me. And this was even after I called home from work one day at break time, and just to check in, see how things were going, and found out that him and his buddy Chris had been smoking weed in the house with the baby there. And I guess Chris had dropped the roach in the chair he was sitting in, and it caught the chair on fire, which they drug outside and doused with water, etc. But of course it was my favorite chair. Thanks. And so I really should have known better, but no, I thought he loved me, and thought he, was committed to the whole family thing. We decided to get each other wedding presents, and he wanted a free weight set. So I got him a free weight set, no big deal. And he asked me what I wanted, and I told him I wanted the Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti album. And he was like, well, wouldn't you rather have the box set? Because, that remastered box set had just come out, 4 CDs. And I said, no, I don't want the box set. Physical Graffiti is my favorite Led Zeppelin album, and there's stuff on that album that's not included in the box set. So, what did I get? I got the box set. I did not get Physical Graffiti. I bought that for myself later on. That again should have been a warning flag, but no. The wedding, we got married in August, and Nina was about 3 months old, and all right, the morning, we were getting married in my parents' house. Well, actually, we were going to get married in their backyard, because I wanted an outdoor wedding. And it was just going to be a really small wedding with a really big reception. And it stormed. The power went out. My dad ran up to Walmart to buy some candles. While he was gone, the preacher shows up. The electricity came back on, and he got home with the candles, and the electric was back on. But we had like I said, very small wedding. Chris was Dave's best man. My maid of honor was my brother's girlfriend, Jennifer. What we didn't notice until like partway through the ceremony is that with the electric having been off and then come back on, it rebooted my dad's CD player in his office. And you could hear the Sons of the Pioneers singing in the background. Now, somewhere there is a videotape of this debacle. I don't know whatever happened to it. We never got a copy. Dave's dad videotaped it, and never gave us a copy. I know my parents had a copy, but I don't even know if they still have it. But anyway, so yes, I got married to the Sons of the Pioneers, which was painful. At the reception, the best man got incredibly drunk. He and Dave decided keg beer wasn't good enough for them, so they got a case of Mickey's down at the liquor store. Yes, Mickey's Big Mouths. And proceeded to get hammered. And then Chris went around and was arguing with my family and Dave's family and anybody who would listen to him for 5 minutes about how we needed to give all the land back to the Indians. Now, at first we tried to be rational about this and be like, well, Chris, where the hell are we all going to go if we give the land back? But then we realized he was really too drunk to be rational. And this went on for a couple of hours. He really wouldn't shut up. And of course it rained off and on all day, and we had, thank God, we had a big tent in the back, you know, with all the tables and stuff under it. I basically made my own wedding cakes. A friend of my parents taught me how. I know how to make the fondant icing. I'm not so good with little roses, but you know, I can do a passable job. And so we pretty much like whipped this all up and catered it ourselves. So it was, I don't know, I had like a $80 dress from, I think, Penny's. I'm not sure. So it wasn't a big affair, really. After the reception, we are going to go to the hotel we're going to spend the night in. Mom and Dad are going to keep Nina for us. And Chris and his wife and my brother and his girlfriend, we all go over to the hotel, which of course has a bar. And at one point, Chris decides that he needs to go to the bathroom. So he gets up and leaves. And after a while, we realize that Chris hasn't come back. His wife finally found him. He locked himself in the car with the keys and passed out. Yeah. She wasn't real happy, I can tell you. She was just really not happy. And I'm just going, I just can't fucking believe he did that, you know, at my wedding reception. And yes, I do still tell the story. And I tell it to people he knows. Because it still kind of pisses me off. Although I have never been anything but nice to Chris since high school. Because in high school there was an incident where he went out and drank his lunch and came into English class and passed out at his desk. So me and my friend Debbie decided to take advantage of this and tied his shoelaces to his desk. So when the bell went off and he woke up, he had an issue. He couldn't get up. He couldn't get out of the desk. It was apparently he's still pissed off about that. I found that out recently. So, you know, I think between what he did at my wedding reception and that, I think we're even, and I think he needs to get over it. Enough said there.